very disappointed for our players and our whole program. Unlike a week ago, I can't say there was any lack of effort. I mean, our kids battled their butts off for 4 quarters, played extremely hard, played with great passion. It's the best our defense played all year. Our offensive line really rose up and had one of their best games of the year. We had guys making plays. And the bottom line is we really handed them 21 points. 2 big plays on defense, and we mishandled a snap, and that's quite simply that. So I think from scrimmage we went toe-to-toe with them for 4 quarters, but gave too many easy ones.
Start us out with that 2-point play. You're thinking on going for 2 and then thinking on the play call.
Well, part of my thought was we were not going to win a red zone contest with Temple. If it came down to running the football and kicking field goals, I did not feel like that was a back and forth battle that we were going to win. And the play call was one we had used earlier, and it's just a concept route that if we get Kamar isolated, we take a shot. And if they double him and they take away the slant, that we have a little combination route working away, and it's a play we've called before and it's worked before. And we decided at the 5-minute mark in the game that if we did score a touchdown, we were going to go for 2 and try to win it. And we talked about it before we got the ball back, what the play call was going to be, and we felt real good about it. So we felt like we had a good play ready to roll, and they made a play on it.
And it was similar to the first 2-point call, wasn't it?
Somewhat, a little similar. It was, the isolation route was similar. The combination of the front side was a little bit different. That if they had doubled Kamar, that our answer away from Kamar, we changed up that concept a little bit. But if we one-on-one Kamar, we feel good about taking our shot.
Will you talk about that drive for that potential game-time touchdown? And that's a brilliant effort by your offense.
Yeah, I mean, we had some guys, I think, grow up today. I thought our defense grew up. I thought our offensive line grew up. I think Matt Shields did some great things to bring a team back from 14 down against the wind on the road, and to make it a one-play game. Some guys grew up. Now, you hope that there needs to be a long-term effect from this. I think if we play like this and with this effort and this passion, there's certainly some games out there this year that are winnable, but we got to go back to work and make sure that this just wasn't a one-week effort. This needs to be the type of effort we put forward every week. And if we do that, and we've done that, we're probably in a little better shape record-wise right now.
When you're talking about, you mentioned 3 plays where you gave them scores. Talk about the 2 defensive, the 2 long passes.
I mean, the one was just a flat-out bust. We were in a very safe 3-deep coverage, and the guy had his eyes where they shouldn't be. The other one was a screen that they cracked us, and the way we're supposed to fit it is the safety's supposed to fit outside the crack, and the linebacker should come inside the crack, and if we do that properly, it's probably an 8-yard play. And we had safety came under the crack, which allowed the ball to get outside, and we didn't get off the block at corner. And those were the 2. I don't know how much offense they had, but I would bet that was close to half their offense for the entire day, those 2 plays.
Well, and if you add the 1 long rushing drive for the other touchdown, that's got to be 75-80.
I mean, our defense basically gave up 1 scoring drive. The rest was 2 big plays, and we gave them a cheap one on special teams.
Talk a little bit about that play, because it looked like a bad snap to start. I mean, I know it's easy to second guess from where we're watching the pickup and punt. Pickup.
We cover that, and we even worked at it we even work on it in practice, just to kick it out of the back of the end zone. And he felt that he could shovel it back there and through, and we just the way we coach it is just kick it out of the back of the end zone, take the safety, live for another day. And again, it's we cover that in preseason camp. We actually work on it. But it doesn't matter how much you work on it if you can't execute it at a critical time. We can work on it 100 times, and we can go always talk about backed up. When you take a safety, when not to. If you have a 1-point lead, you can't, late in the game, you can't do that. But in that situation, just kick it through the back of the end zone, get them the 2 points, and keep playing. So obviously that was extremely costly.
Offensively, it looked like you really used your tight end, especially Alex Bayer, a lot by design.
Well, it was just, a couple of those screens were by design, and other times the ball just, that's where the ball goes based on the read and the concept of the play. And, Alex is a guy that I think, he's a redshirt freshman, his first year playing, and he's got very good ball skills. And, I think he's starting to learn how to play a little bit, and he's becoming a little bit more of a factor in every game. So it was really encouraging to see him make plays.
We can talk a little bit about your injuries, because you guys got beat up today.
Yeah, it's, the list gets longer, but it is what it is. It's, for me to sit here and complain about it or woe is me, that's not what we're about. It's got to be next man up. And, at wide receiver today, that happened. We had Adrian Hodges made some plays, Calvin Marshall made some plays, and Kamar, again, I thought played well. We got the tight end a little bit more involved. I think some of Alex's catches, we did a little bit more tight end stuff because we didn't have the depth at receiver. Jordan Hopkins did some good things when Willie went down. And it's part of, you have those years, sometimes you just get hit hard. There's really no explanation for it. But we cannot allow that to be an excuse for how we play or winning or losing football games. That can't be part of our mentality as a program.
We need to talk a little bit about the line. Blake obviously didn't play, but
Blake Walker is out for the year. I had Jordan Russo's effort. Here's a guy that a month ago was playing defensive line. I don't know if he even knows half of our offense. But the one thing Jordan does is he goes out there and he plays hard and he goes to the whistle. And with the things we didn't do a week ago, obviously if I'm critical of guys not playing hard, if you got a guy like Jordan Russo's who you know is going to play hard, I even said to our offensive coaches, part of me doesn't care if he goes to the wrong person half the time. I know he'll give effort, and he'll play to the whistle, and he'll go hard. And I thought he played well today. I'm sure he made some breakdowns when you watch the film, but from afar, I thought he played with great effort and great passion. And he's in there devastated. But great kid, and he's going to be a good player for us.
I know you're not about moral victories, but is this as close as you get?
There's no moral victories. But to say you're proud of your football team, I certainly am. So we got after them this week. We really challenged them. I think whenever you do that as a coach, you always run the risk of losing them, but we had to do something. And the way they came today and answered the bell, again, you'd love to find a way to win that game, but their effort and their heart and playing to the fourth quarter, that's, I'm probably, in terms of being prouder of them now than any game we've had this year, or even going back to last year. That was a really great effort, and if that's the type of effort we can play with here and we can establish and make that our standard, we're going to win a lot of games. But it can't be here one week on the next, and I think that's our challenge now, is to get this type of effort every week and clean up the execution, and that's how you become a good football program and a good football team.